looks like Nigel Farage and Reform UK are about to get a monumental boost in the polls, and it is about time too. And let's face it, after this whole Rupert Lowe situation, they certainly need it, don't they? I personally think they also need Rupert Lowe in their party, but unfortunately that doesn't seem likely to happen. But anyway, what is going on then? Well, according to this article, it says that Nigel Farage says the first thing he would do as the PM is to leave the European Convention on Human Rights, and it is certainly about time. For how long have we heard, even though I've done a few videos in the past on this, the monumental stupid excuses these illegal boot people have, or future Labour voters, sorry, have against leaving the UK, when remember, they're not meant to legally be here in the first place. They're breaking our law by coming here if they come from the safe country of France, because France is a safe country at the end of the day. And also by not following in our points-based system, having criminal records checks, or who knows what else. I mean, quite often they have very slippery fingers and drop the phones into the sea. Oh no, butterfingers, or whatever they say when doing it. But of course there is one little teeny-weeny thing in getting in the way of this, and that is, unfortunately, we've got to wait until the election in 2029. Unless, of course, perhaps Labour will be even more unpopular than what they are at the moment, and somehow an election happens early. We can only hope, fingers crossed. But the Reform leader has claimed that 3/4 of the country would cheer to the rafters, suggesting that leaving the ECHR would allow ministers to take action which would cut illegal migration, which I think he is totally right. But get this, when asked if he'd immediately seek to repeal any laws upon entering number 10, he said, well, the first thing we'd have to do is we'd have to get rid of the ECHR. We have to get back to the ability to decide, can we really control our borders? Who comes and lives here? And you know what? I think 3/4 would cheer to the rafters, and I totally think he's right. The ECHR, it says, has been heavily criticised by right-wing politicians for its role in blocking the deportation of some asylum seekers. Yeah, take that word with a little pinch. It's actually a huge grain of salt, because it does appear to be quite a lot, in my opinion. If any are actually deported at all, let's face it, with the way things seem to be at the moment, eh? But also the Conservatives are seeking to adopt a policy to leave the convention. Well, it does seem a bit like a bit of copying going on here, doesn't it? Either way, though, I wouldn't mind, as long as we get out of the ECHR as soon as possible, because it doesn't serve its purpose anymore, is my opinion. He also revealed his biggest fear, and that is apparently that would be choosing the right team to help him lead the country. Apparently referring to the public fallout he had with MP Rupert Lowe, who was kicked out of Reform UK last month. I personally, as I said, think he should be back in there, as well as Ben Habib. He was quite good too, so hopefully something might be able to get sorted soon around that, although admittedly it does look very, very doubtful, doesn't it? Either way, though, it does seem that there could be an end in sight, and that would be very, very good news, although I personally think it depends on how much this increases over the future as to whether we'll leave the ECHR or not, if for whatever reason Nigel unfortunately doesn't actually win the next election.